guys, welcome to linguamarina. Today we're gonna talk about a phrase that we say a lot, and the phrase is I am sorry. But the phrase I am sorry can have so many different meanings that I think if you start avoiding I'm sorry and start introducing more and more similar phrases into your vocabulary and into your English language, then you will sound more like a native speaker. Your speech would be more beautiful, and if you're taking a test, you'll probably get a higher grade, because I know for sure that test makers who create TOEFL and IELTS are actually looking at what phrases you're using, how advanced they are, and how many times you're repeating yourself. So if you want to improve your English and learn about other ways that you can say I'm sorry, continue watching this video up to the very end. This video is going to consist of two parts, because we say I'm sorry when we actually did something wrong, but we also say I am sorry when we didn't do anything wrong. And let's start with the second part.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Now, when we didn't do anything wrong, like for example, somebody invites us to come to the party, and you say, I'm sorry, it's my exam tomorrow, so I can't really be partying today. Instead of saying I'm sorry, you can say I'm afraid. And this is what native speakers use a lot. I'm afraid I have to get ready for my exam tonight. I can't come to your party. Say I am afraid instead of I'm sorry in this situation. Or in another situation, somebody asks to borrow your car, you can say I'm afraid I can't lend you my car. I need it myself. Or if your baby asks you, Mom, can I have cake before I have my soup? You're like, I'm afraid you can't have your cake before you have your soup. So again, in this situation, you did nothing wrong, but you're kind of apologizing for not letting things happen the way other people want them to happen.
I'm afraid I can't answer that.
Another way, and I think therapists would agree with me here, is when instead of saying I'm sorry and being a victim of something, you can actually turn the situation into something opposite and thank a person. Let me give you an example to make it more clear. Instead of saying, I'm sorry for talking for so long, you can actually make another person feel better and say, thank you so much for listening to me for so long.
Well, thank you for explaining that.
It's a completely different dynamic. You see it? You are suddenly in the position of gratitude. You're not apologizing. You're actually thanking people. Now let's look at a couple more examples to make it even clearer for you. Instead of saying, I'm sorry I'm late, which is kind of you are accepting that, you're not there on time, you mixed up, etc. You can say, thank you for waiting for me. You see, it's like completely different dynamic. I'm sorry to ask for another favor. We're turning this around. Thank you for helping me with this another task. Thank you for helping me out. And again, with this invitation to the party, yes, you can say, I'm sorry I can't come tonight, I'm afraid I can't come tonight, but start your phrase with something different. Say, thank you for the invitation. Unfortunately, blah, blah, blah.
Thank you for the invitation, but I have to decline because it doesn't sound like something I'll enjoy.
You see, when you're replacing I'm sorry with something different, it completely changes the conversation. You know the core thing? In order to stay motivated, it's to be excited when you study. And this is why I always tell that if you want to watch a Netflix movie in English, then do it. If you want to binge watch a TV show on Netflix, do it. If you want to take a course by your favorite creator in English, then do it. Because the more you enjoy the process, the better the outcome would be. Now, my team and I have created a course called From Intermediate to Advanced, which is a 30-day course, and it can actually be taken in two ways, and the second is a more fun way. So the first way to take it is just to watch classes and make homework. But there is also another way. It is a challenge mode where we actually match you with someone who has the same level of English. You do tasks together. We rank you against other students to see who's performing better. We're giving prizes to the best performing students. We have 2 iPhones, AirPods, power banks, LinguaTrip courses, and more. This course has been taken by over 10,000 students, and most of them recommend this course to their friends. If you want to join this course, there is a special discount waiting for you because you're watching this video. Check out the link and the coupon code in the description section. And if you want to get the most out of the course, be paired with someone, make sure to select a pro package when you check out. Again, the link and the special promo code are in the description below. Let's talk about when you actually did something wrong. And let's start with informal situations.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There are adverbs of degree. So, very, terribly. You use them to express the intensity of your feelings of regret. So I would only use these degree adverbs when the mistakes you made are actually big. So don't say I am terribly sorry for being 1 minute late, because it can even sound sarcastic. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, I am 1 minute late. A little weird, right? So you only use those adverbs when you're really sorry. Now, when you're really sorry, there are actually ways to say it in another way. So instead of saying I'm terribly sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm very sorry, you can say how stupid, how careless, or how thoughtless of me. So instead of saying I'm sorry I lost your book, how stupid of me, I lost your book. Or how thoughtless of me, I lost your book. How careless of me, I lost your book.
I was just thinking out loud how very stupid of me.
Or you can just say that's my fault. That's my fault, I lost your book. That also acts as an apology. So when you're late to the airport, you can say, that's my fault. I should have called the taxi earlier.
It's my fault. I should have said something earlier.
My bad or my mistake. This is probably what I use the most often. This is used for smaller mistakes. When you bump into someone in the street by accident, you're like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. Or for example, I was at the grocery store the other day and I just forgot to pay. I don't know, I was with my kid, I wasn't thinking. And we're just walking out of the store and the person's like, are you gonna pay? And I was like, my bad. Yes, here's the credit card.
My mistake. I thought I saw a bat.
Okay, very informal, minor accidents. Oops, oops, oops. I dropped your bag. Oops, I dropped something. Very informal.
Oops.
Oops. What do you mean, oops?
Please don't be mad at me. You start apologizing with this phrase. Please don't be mad at me. I deleted all of your photos from my card. I don't know how to not be mad in this situation. I messed up or I screwed up is an informal way to express an apology. I can't believe I forgot your birthday. I messed up.
I messed up. I'm fully aware.
There is another phrase that is widely used, I owe you an apology. And this is basically a conversation starter. That means that you know you're in a situation where the apology is necessary and you're kind of introducing your paragraphs where you're going to apologize. I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology. I said some horrible things to you yesterday.
I owe you an apology.
Now let's talk about formal ways of replacing I'm sorry. Here's an interesting part. My apologies or I apologize means that you're sorry, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you feel sad about it, like you really feel that's a mistake. Like you can say, I apologize for delaying replying to your email, which kind of sometimes means I don't really care that it took me a week to get back to you, you know? But sometimes you can actually feel bad for it and you use the phrase, I apologize. So again, as with any phrase that we learn here on this YouTube channel, you always need to look for additional cues from the person, like their intonation, the context, your relationship, even if it's an email, like what other phrases they're using. Are they genuinely interested in catching up with you, or it's just a formal thing? I apologize for not getting back to you. I will get back to you in a month, and they never get back to you. That happens to me a lot here. Well, not a lot, but it happens, and you live with it. Another way to phrase this, you can say, please accept my apologies. And if you really want a person to see that you truly feel sorry, please accept my sincere apologies.
Please accept my sincerest apologies for the whole mix-up in Rome.
Now you can also say I truly regret, or I sincerely regret, or I really regret if you're sorry. And here you're actually showing your emotions. You are actually really sad about the way you behaved or about something that you've done. I truly regret my drunk behavior yesterday.
I deeply regret that.
Forgive me is a phrase that is used when you said something impolite or a bit aggressive, and maybe it sounded that way and you didn't really mean it. So you can say, forgive me for saying so, but I don't think you understood my point. So sometimes we offend people without actually meaning to offend them, and forgive me would be a good phrase to start your apology with.
Forgive me for interrupting your refreshment.
And the last but not the least, let's wrap up with a phrase that is a bit British / old-fashioned. Pardon. Pardon me. Oh, I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon. I like this British accent because I used to try and mimic it because I went to Great Britain a lot. But anyways, this is what British people would say. And here are a couple of examples. Pardon me. I even say it with... because in America you would say pardon.
Pardon me.
And Brittany say pardon. Pardon me, I didn't mean to offend you.
Oh, pardon me for living.
I beg your pardon. I didn't mean to bump into you like that. Now, this pardon me is also used in the US, but mostly in the context when you did not understand what the person actually meant. I beg your pardon. What did you say?
I beg your pardon. Do you prefer to walk?
If you like this video, I really want you to check out a custom playlist I made on a similar topic where you learn how to replace a phrase that you use all the time with something more beautiful. So stop saying I'm sorry, start speaking a more diverse language, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you very soon in the next videos. Bye bye.